What's going on, everybody? Project Rod here, and welcome to the Rodcast, the Monster Truck Fanatic podcast, which is your ultimate destination for all things monster trucks. Whether you're a die-hard Monster Jam fan, passionate follower of the sport, or just an avid player of the Monster Jam or Monster Truck related video games, this is the podcast for you. Once again, I'm your host, Project Rod, and welcome to episode 22 of the Rodcast. And today we're going to be going over the showdown results for Stop 3 of Tour Blue, the midway point, going over results for Stop 2 of Tour Violet as we are on an off week before we get to the midway point, as well as talk about an upcoming project and really any other news. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So again, Stop 3 of Tour Blue, we've made it to the halfway point of the season, and it's been pretty interesting so far in Tour Blue. Again, coming in to this stop, Megalodon had taken the lead back in Colorado with 72 points over Black Pearl's 69. So a 3-point deficit. And really what helped Megalodon was being their overall event champion, giving him those 5 crucial bonus points, which make an incredible difference here in the league overall. I mean, it gives you that much more cushion and that much more room to work with. So again, makes a huge difference. And again, it was voted by the drivers to have that be in effect. So again, we started with Megalodon with 72 points, Black Pearl with 69, Lucas Stabilizer 51, Brutus 49, Gravedigger the Legend 44, Monster Mutt Dalmatian 41, Monster Mutt 39, Higher Education 33, and Son of a Digger 33, and then El Toro Loco Intent with 20 points. Now again, this was Stop 3 of Tour Blue. So again, the midway point here in Alaska. So coming to the main ground, if you will, for Tour Violet, as their midpoint of the season is going to be in Death Valley. So moving on to qualifying in Stop 3 again, Alaska. This was an incredibly tough track, lots of twists and turns, and there was a lot of room for error when it came to this track as a whole. So right off the bat, for starters, Higher Education was officially removed from the series, as they will no longer be competing for the rest of the competition. So we've gone from 10 trucks down to 9. However, we will still keep the 10 points being the maximum instead of it, being 9, 8, 7, 6, so on and so forth. So again, Higher Education TAS 2009 is out of the competition going forward. So we have 9 remaining trucks this season. Starting with qualifying, again, it was a tough track. Pretty long times. I mean, we were in the higher 20s this time around. Again, it was lots of twists and turns, really difficult. And surprisingly, though, we only had 2 trucks get penalties during qualifying, and those were both of the Mutts. So no surprise to anybody. Black Pearl and Steel Titan with a lightning fast time of 24.974, just barely beating. I say barely beating, it was by a whole second, beating Megalodon 25.976. Then we have Gravedigger the Legend in third, followed by Brutus, Lucas Stabilizer, Monster Mutt, El Toro Loco, Son of a Digger, and Monster Mutt Dalmatian, who unfortunately had 2 penalties, 1 in each attempt. And again, like I said, this was a tough track, lots of twists and turns, and it followed suit in racing. Moving on to racing, we had 5 penalties, and there were 2 races where both drivers each got a penalty, and they were penalized. They each got time added to their final time, so it was pretty crazy to see that. But your fastest qualifier being Black Pearl, getting that bye run into the semifinal round. Then you had Brutus, Megalodon, and Gravedigger the Legend getting a bye run into round 2. So right off the bat, we had Lucas Stabilizer and what would have been Higher Education starting us off, but again, Higher Education was disqualified from the tour. So Lucas Stabilizer got an easy bye run into round 2 to face Brutus. Then we had Monster Mutt against Son of a Digger, where Son of a Digger came out on top to go face Megalodon in round 2. And then El Toro Loco and Monster Mutt Dalmatian to wrap up round 1, where again, both of these trucks were unfortunately penalized for going outside of the race area, if you will, outside of the smoke gates. So both trucks receiving a penalty. However, Monster Mutt Dalmatian had the better time after being penalized, and she moved on to round 2 to face Gravedigger the Legend. So it was Brutus and Lucas Stabilizer. Brutus with a fast time of 26.400, going on or beating Lucas Stabilizer to move on to race Black Pearl in the semis Megalodon against Son of a Digger, where Megalodon came out with a 25.860 to beat Son of a Digger and move on to the semifinals. And then we had Gravedigger the Legend against Monster Dalmatian. Again, both trucks getting a penalty. And it came down to the final time with the penalties added, where Monster Dalmatian came out on top, advancing to the semifinal round to face Megalodon. So our final four was Black Pearl and Brutus, Megalodon, and Monster Dalmatian. So Black Pearl, again, no surprise here, on the road to being undefeated. So this season, as he has 2 racing wins so far, beat Brutus by about 2 seconds, moving on to the final round yet again. For the 3rd time in a row, Megalodon would face Monster Dalmatian, where Monster Dalmatian would get yet another penalty. 3 penalties in a row. However, Megalodon did not have a penalty, had a clean race, and beat Monster Dalmatian with a 26.093, moving on to the championship round yet again against Black Pearl. So it was Black Pearl against Megalodon. Megalodon having an opportunity here to finally beat Black Pearl and stop him from being undefeated this season. Again, he has 2 racing wins of the season, first stop and second stop. This guy has been unstoppable on the track, and it came down to a photo finish where Black Pearl had a 26.111. Megalodon had a 26.059. So Megalodon and Pillar 89 was your racing winner, your Dubby racing winner, which, speaking of Dubby Energy, shameless plug, be sure to use code Project Rod to receive 10% off of your Dubby Energy order. Be better with Dubby Energy, Beach and Peach, and Galaxy Grenade, my personal favorites. They do have a collaboration with Solo Leveling right now, which, if you haven't seen Solo Leveling, highly recommend it. It is a great anime, and honestly, one of my top favorites right now. But I digress. Again, Beach and Peach and Galaxy Grenade. If you're unsure, be sure to try the sampler pack. You get a shaker cup and 3 different Dubby flavors, all one serving. And you can even use my code and get 10% off of that. So again, use code Project Rod to receive 10% off of your Dubby Energy order. Be better with Dubby Energy, and Megalodon being better than Black Pearl here in stop 3 and getting that racing win. So beating that undefeated streak that Black Pearl had. And Megalodon, again, getting his first racing win of the season. So huge congratulations to him. As we moved on to the next competition, which was Best Trick, where I'm trying to think back. It was a tough one. I wouldn't say tough, but there was a lot of good runs. Judging, again, seemed to be a little bit all over the place, and had some mixed emotions from everybody after this. But I guess no surprise to anybody, because they've won Best Trick already. Let me see, going back to past results. They won it in the first stop. Lucas Stabilizer got it in stop 2. So Megalodon getting his second Best Trick win of the season with a 9.401 with a huge bicycle all the way around the track. I think he lapped it like 2, maybe 3 times, and then comboed it with a wheelie. So very impressive by Megalodon Pillar 89. Black Pearl came close, and honestly, it was tough to choose between the two. I really feel like Black Pearl definitely had an opportunity here to take that win, because he had a bicycle that led it straight into the backflip container and got a backflip from it. So it was an amazing combo. So huge kudos to Black Pearl and Steel Titan. Again, I think what did it for him, though, was the second attempt. I wouldn't say it was a failed attempt. It was a little, I don't want to say it was a little all over the place, but I don't know how to describe it. You'd have to see it to see what I mean. But again, it was an amazing attempt overall. Both attempts were great. And I feel like it was very close in Black Pearl. I feel like he should have taken it, but is what it is. We move on. Megalodon was the winner. And I'm going to go down in order now with Megalodon on top, then Black Pearl, then Lucas Stabilizer, Monster Dalmatian, Son of a Digger, Brutus, Monster Gravedigger the Legend. And to end it, El Toro Loco in last place, unfortunately. So unfortunately, not the best season for him so far, but this is the turning point of the season, and maybe we can see something different moving forward. Moving on to freestyle, the last competition of I was about to say Atlanta, Alaska, here in stop 3, and we had some phenomenal freestyle runs. Again, Son of a Digger coming out, unfortunately didn't finish his time, but had a phenomenal run going, and I think because he didn't fill his time, his score wasn't as high. He got a awesome front flip that ended up having him go into the crowd. So a 9.510 is what he got from that. El Toro Loco came out next with a 9.317, but then Lucas Stabilizer and Cecily 96 coming out in third, getting a 9.673, and that's what held the rest of the competition. The only one that came close was Megalodon with a 9.626. He ended up in second place. And again, judging here was, I want to say, was all over the place, but there was a lot of mixed feelings when it came to judging. And, it's something that we're going to fix in the future. Stops 4 and 5 for Blue and Violet. Or stop 5 for Blue and stops 4 and 5 for Violet will be changing. We'll have a change in the judging structure, so hopefully that gets corrected in the future competition. So going down the list from first to last in freestyle, we had Lucas Stabilizer in first, then Megalodon, Son of a Digger, Brutus, Gravedigger the Legend, Monster of Dalmatian, El Toro Loco, Black Pearl, and Monster Mutt. And the lowest score was an 8.885 for Monster Mutt. So lots of high scores. 7 out of the 9 drivers who competed had a score in the 9s. So that just shows you there was a lot of amazing runs, and honestly some of the best freestyle we've seen so far this season. So, not to take away anything from anybody. It was a great competition overall, and one of the best stops we've seen, one of the craziest stops we've seen so far. So, at the end of it all, it was Megalodon who was your overall event champion with a total of 38 points. Black Pearl in second with 31. Then you had Lucas Stabilizer, Brutus, Son of a Digger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Gravedigger the Legend, Monster Mutt, and El Toro Loco in last place. So, at the end of it all, this is where we stand. After stop 3 of Tor Blue, Megalodon is still in first place with 115 points. Black Pearl in second with 100 points. Lucas Stabilizer in third with 81. Brutus in fourth with 76. Gravedigger the Legend in fifth with 65. Monster Mutt Dalmatian in sixth with 62. Son of a Digger in seventh with 55. Monster Mutt in eighth with 53. Higher Education moving down to the 10th place spot, so that wasn't adjusted yet. But El Toro Loco is now taking that 9th place spot with 32 points, as Higher Education out of the competition will have a blank out on his points. So, before I move on to talk briefly about Tor Violet, I do want to mention that I did run some polls on my Instagram and my YouTube today, and the polls are still active, so be sure to check them out if you haven't already, again, on my Instagram and on YouTube. They should be ending about noon or so today, which would be Tuesday, March 4th. And right now, it looks like we have, 9 people voted so far for Tor Blue. I asked who will be the champion for Tor Blue. It was Megalodon, Black Pearl, Lucas Stabilizer, and other, because those were the top 3, so I'm not picking favorites. I was just going off the top 3. So Megalodon first, Black Pearl second, Lucas Stabilizer third, and then I put other because Instagram doesn't let me do more options. But Megalodon was in first for a while. Last time I checked, right now Megalodon has 3 votes. Black Pearl has 4 votes. Lucas Stabilizer unfortunately has no votes. And then other has 2 votes, which other wasn't specified, so it's kind of just up in the air right now. And then going to YouTube, which might take me a little bit, but I did put the poll there. And pulling up YouTube now, Megalodon is leading the pack. It doesn't tell me how many votes they have, but Megalodon leading the pack. 56% of voters right now say Megalodon. 33% of voters say Black Pearl. Nobody says Lucas Stabilizer. Not a lot of love for Lucas Stabilizer right now. And then 11% of voters said other. And I put comment below, but nobody commented, so it's a mystery, I guess. So yeah, looking forward to Tor Blue and the rest. And I say I'm looking forward. I know who's gonna win. I just spent all day Sunday. That's why I didn't get an episode out yesterday. I spent all day Sunday sitting at my computer and running every single score and every single graphic. I got everything, all the graphics done. Everything's done for season 1, so I know exactly who wins Tor Blue and who wins Tor Violet. I know the winners. They're on my mind. I know who they are, and I know who's going to World Finals. I know who's going to the LCQ, and all I can say is top 5 for both tours is going to be a nail biter. That's all I'm going to say. Leave your predictions down below on who you think is going to be the winner of Tor Blue and Tor Violet. And let me go ahead and speak of Tor Violet for now before I get too ahead of myself. So nothing much to say about Tor Violet. They finished their second stop a couple weeks ago. Again, this is an off week, so there will be no uploads this week aside from the Rodcast. It gives me time to get caught up, get some editing done, get some other projects going, and which I'll speak about other projects here in a bit. But last time we left Tor Violet again in stop 2 of Tor Violet ended with Maximum Destruction on top with 100, Northern Nightmare in second with 84, Dragon 65, Alien Invasion 62, Blue Thunder 55, Avenger 54, Gravedigger 46, Pirate's Curse 41, Velociraptor 36, Zombie and Crustacean tied with 31, and Jurassic Attack with 29. Now Jurassic Attack again is no longer in the competition, so their numbers, their scores, their points are going to get blanked out, so they are out. So we're moving down to 11 trucks now in the series. So I also did a poll for Tor Violet, and on Instagram as of now, again, the poll should still be open until about noon, so be sure to go and vote and let me know. Right now, Max D has 5 votes for yes, that Max D is going to win it. Northern Nightmare has 1 vote, Dragon has 1 vote, and then we have 1 vote for other on Instagram. Moving over to YouTube, 82% of voters voted Max D to be the winner. 9% said Northern Nightmare, and the other 9% said other. Dragon, unfortunately, getting that Lucas Stabilizer treatment with 0% of the votes. So, I don't know. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. Because again, like I said, I know exactly who wins Tor Blue. I know exactly who wins Tor Violet. I know who's going to World Finals, and I know who will be in the LCQ. So I'm looking forward to World Finals. A lot of the clips have been submitted already. I'm still missing a few. So I'll know that information hopefully soon enough, and I am super excited. So please let me know down below. Comment down below on who you think, who your predictions are on who the winners will be for each tour. And why not? Let's have some fun with this. Who do you think is going to be the World Finals winners? So fastest qualifier, or well, let me say, okay, LCQ winner. Why not? Just throw it in there. Who do you think will be the LCQ winner? Who do you think is going to be the fastest qualifier? Who do you think is going to be the racing champion, best trick champion, and freestyle champion for World Finals? Let me know down below, and it'll be a great discussion to have. So, moving on to other projects, we have a little bit of a blast from the past coming up. So I have mentioned the diecast drag race series. Monster Truck Diecast Drag Race Series is going to be YouTube League versus Discord League. So that's just planning going on for that. Got the racing bracket ready to go, and all that's kind of going. I just need to think of some track design to make it a little interesting. And then I have a great idea, which thanks to Dave609, if you're listening to this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Dave gave me an amazing idea that I'm going to try probably for the second season, if you will, for the Monster Truck Diecast League. Just because I want to see how the first season goes, and then if that goes well, we'll do a season 2, and then I'll bring that in, because I do want to bring other competitions in, like a long jump, a high jump, something like that, to make it a little more interesting and kind of different from everything else out right now. So another project, like I said, it's going to be a blast from the past, and I am looking forward to it. But I've been thinking about it for a while. What is the end goal here? What's going to happen after Season 1, after World Finals 1 of the Showdown Champions League? Do we go Season 2? Do we go Season 4 of the Steel Titans League? Do we move to Beam? Do we do something else? What's the plan? And I've been leaning more towards Season 2, just jumping straight into Season 2 of Showdown League. It's still new, it's still fresh. Trying to stay within some of the little bit of hype that still remains, and hopefully have a bigger lineup this time around, instead of decreasing as we moved on. I decided that like I said, that's probably gonna be the case. Move on to Showdown 2, but I do want to bring out more content. And I've been thinking really, really heavily on this about the Steel Titan series and bringing that back. But now I'm like, well, I want to bring it back, but do I do a season 4 or do I reboot the season? Reboot the series as a whole, start fresh. And that is going to be the route we're taking. The Steel Titans series is going to get a reboot. And I've been thinking about it for a while. I've been thinking about a name. I wanted to go, and Daniel hit the nail on the head, Daniel Murray, so huge kudos to him. He hit the nail on the head with exactly what I wanted to call it. And since we have the Showdown Champions League, I was going to name this the Steel Titans Champions League. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to start off small, just because I want to be able to put my focus into Showdown League, but also have a separate league going on to kind of just more variation, more options for everybody. And, you can still have something to watch when Showdown League isn't going on or whatever it is. But basically, I'm going to get 16 drivers. This is the plan as of now. 16 drivers for the Steel Titans Champions League. 8 drivers in each tour. 5 stops in each tour. I feel like that's just a safe bet. Don't want to drag it on too long. 5 stops in each tour. Competitions are still up in the air on exactly what we're going to do. And then we're going to have a World Finals as always. So, again, just something to look out for. I already have all 16. Well, 15. I might have 16. And we'll be ready to go. So, super excited for that. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I'm getting a lot of good feedback. I have been having here lately quite a few requests for the Steel Titans League to come back. So here we go. We'll see what happens, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's all the news I have for that now. And show wise, I didn't watch any shows this weekend. I had a busy weekend. Didn't get to watch any of the live streams. I wanted to. Unfortunately, didn't have time, so I don't have anything to speak on that. The only news I have is Series 40 is now on the Monster Jam Superstore, which is pretty awesome. But when you go to the actual link, it's only Velociraptor Blue and Tempest Speed, which isn't really that exciting. So Monster Jam Superstore, do better, because this is false advertising. I see BKT, I see Overcharged Blue Thunder, and some other trucks that look very exciting, and they're not on here. So I did find all of Series 39 except for Calavera. I want that Calavera so bad. I bought them all except Son of a Digger because I didn't really want another Son of a Digger. It wasn't anything too crazy. Calavera I really want because I love that Ghost crew, but that was the only one I wasn't able to find. I got the Ugly Ringling Bros. I got Max the Overcharged, Grandma Digger, Sparkle Smash, Bad News Travels Fast, and that's pretty much it. But I wasn't able to get Calavera. It wasn't at the Walmart that I found them in, so that's very unfortunate. I'm kind of upset about that, but it is what it is. We will try again and hopefully find it in the future. I'm navigating through the website now to see if there's anything different. No. Oh, looks like we have Series 3 for Marvel Monster Jam on the Superstore. So we have Thor Series 3, Spider-Man Series 3, Venom Series 3, and Shield Truck Series 3. So that's pretty interesting. If that's what you want, and if you want to spend $9.99 on the Superstore plus however much they charge for shipping. So anyways, that's all I have for today. Really, I got nothing else. Again, Showdown League, it's an off week today. We'll be back Monday, March 10th with stop 3 of Tour Violet, getting all that going. And then Steel Titans League coming up here pretty soon. Diecast Drag Race Series coming up pretty soon. And then I do have a very special surprise for World Finals. So if I'm able to do it right for World Finals 1 of the Showdown Champions League, I'm going to have a very special surprise, a special presentation, if you will. And hopefully it all works out in my favor and I'm able to do it. And if not, then, is what it is. But I'll end with this. I don't have a common question of the day, so give me one. Let me know what you want to ask me. I don't have anything to ask you guys at the moment. Kind of just running out of ideas at the moment. So I'll go ahead and end with that. Again, W Energy, be better with W Energy. Use 10% to get, or use 10%. Use code Project Rod to get 10% off of your W Energy order. Be better with W Energy. And then fourth wall, be sure to check out my website, link in the description below. Showdown Tour Blue and Tour Violet shirts with the drivers on the back are on sale, as well as just a regular Project Rod shirt, regular Rodcast shirt, and the Project Rod hat is coming soon. And I love the hat. I just had to make some minor adjustments, but that is coming soon. And yeah, that's all I got, everybody. So thank you guys so much for listening. I'm Project Rod, and I'll see you in the next one.